Hello world. It's been a while since I've made a video. I don't want it to be a really long video. My other ones were really long and it took a long time to upload. And I don't want to waste a bunch of your time either. I want to touch on a really important subject and something that all of us survivors of NPD or narcissistic abuse. That's my dog. She has a scratch, I guess. Anyway, it's a topic that comes up fairly frequently about revenge on the narcissist. Now, my thoughts and feelings on this subject is just kind of wanted to pass what I wanted to pass on. I was hoping maybe I could help a few people by reaching out with this video on this. I've made some notes. I have them down here just in case I forget what I wanted to say. So revenge, the thoughts of revenge really come from the underlining total right to have, okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't have it, is anger. Coming from the anger from being abused, being taken advantage of, being exploited, and also just really being involved with a fraud. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. And watching them, and this is all by design, mind you, watching them basically saunder off into the sunset, never to have anything bad happen to them. At least not to the extent of what we're used to. But what's going on inside the narcissist, I'm going to touch on that really super quickly, is horrible. Can't even imagine the type of pain that they deal with on a daily basis. I'm not saying for you to feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for the narcissist I've been involved with. I don't feel sorry for them because they could turn it around if they choose not to. So with that said, they have a lot of karma that's already going on. I mean, if you think about it, the narcissist that you've been involved with, or these individuals in general, they do nothing but burn bridges. That's what they do. That's their MO. They just walk around taking advantage of everybody. And it isn't just, I'm going to take advantage of somebody. It's a matter of, what can I get? They're all about them. They don't think about anybody else or anybody else's feelings. They don't have to, because it's all about them. We are disposable. So with that said, I have a song that comes to mind. If you're a country and western fan, it's Fairly New Country by Aaron Lambert, and it's called, I don't even know what it's called. Dang it. I should know the name of it so that I can quote it. Anyway, there's a lyric in the song that made me laugh during my split up, and it really made me stop and think and not actually act on those revengeful thoughts, because believe me, I had them too. They are normal. Everybody has them. Anyway, the lyric goes something along the lines of, you can't get revenge and keep a spotless reputation. Sometimes revenge is a choice you have to make. Leave it to me to be holding the matches when the fire trucks show up and there's nobody else to blame. That says it pretty much in a nutshell. When we go nutsoid the opposite direction, basically all we're really doing is making the narcissist right. I mean, if you want to think about it, really think about it. They've already painted the picture that we're crazy. Now all we're doing is sewing it up for them. So if you can try to guard against those thoughts, if you need to write down what you'd envision as your revenge. I know writing it isn't as good as delivering it. But this way you actually get the thoughts out, and maybe it can serve a purpose later, if you go back and read it. I go back and read my old journals and I just can't even believe how far I've come. I'm almost 2 years out though. So, but let me just tell you, my ex, or the ex-narc, I don't like to call them because they don't belong to us. They are just narcissists. They just are. They're soulless, humanless beings. I mean, I still think they're human. They have blood like you and I, but they don't have a soul. I mean, if you don't think about other people or whatever. So the point I'm trying to get is that the one that I was involved with, the main one that I was involved with, that spurred me on to actually learn what it is that made me choose these type of people from the get-go, denied having anybody else on the string or at all. Said he was going to be better off alone. It would be better if he just wasn't with anybody. Then he wouldn't have to think about other people's feelings. He could just think about his feelings. I thought to myself, I should have said it, but I thought to myself, so what's changed? You never think about anybody else's feelings but your own, but whatever. So he denied it, and he moved right straight in with her, but he kept it a secret from me. Like, he wouldn't put his address on the divorce papers. He wouldn't let me know that he was living with her, even though I knew it. And it was really funny because what I really wanted to do when you have to have somebody served and you're not getting along with them, when you have to have them served, you have to pay somebody to go serve them. What I really wanted to do was have somebody serve him at his apartment with her, because we helped her move in there. So I knew exactly where she lived. And I seen his truck out there, okay? I really thought it would be awesome if the person could knock on the door, he opens the door, and gets served his divorce papers. That would be like, because he would not tell me where he was. Told me it was none of my business. I didn't need to know. And he just was secretive all the way around. He was giving me fake addresses, and he had flying monkeys that he asked if he could use their address to collect divorce paperwork. So I thought it would be really effective if I could do that. However, the reason why I didn't, it would have been perfect and I would have felt so good about it. The reason why I didn't is because then I could just hear him turning that back around and saying to the new supply and to all of our mutual friends, see? She is crazy. She's following me. She stalks me. She found out where I lived. I never told her. I kept it a secret. She is loony. See? So I never did that. Although I wanted to. Another thing I wanted to do was I wanted to send the new supply flowers and thank her for taking him off of my hands. I thought that would be really fun. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so if you believe in God, God says revenge is his. Okay, that's the Bible verse. That's the Bible way to look at it, whatever you want to say. If you don't believe in God, there's also other sayings, what comes around goes around. You reap what you sow. You get what you put out. All of those things are true. The narcissist is constantly getting those things. And it really isn't going to serve you any good for you to, had I done that and served the papers, I'll bet you anything he would have gone and gotten a restraining order against me saying that I was stalking him. So my point is there's a lot of victims, there's a lot of us, people, victims of NPD abuse, that are sitting behind bars wrongfully. Because the narcissist lies and they get everybody to believe it. They start their lies way, way before they discard you. Way before they discard you. They start priming everybody in their life to realize that you're on your way out, so that it doesn't look so bad when they actually do leave you. So I just wanted to pass those things on too. Thoughts of revenge are normal. However, dwelling on those thoughts and staying in that motion and in that motive and in that mindset, it stops your healing. It slows your healing down. And that's not what we want to do. We want to traipse on through this. We want to get through this mucky muck, mud, muck. This gross stuff. And the gross stuff is, what is it that made me choose to be with this narcissist? Because there is something. There's some kind of payoff that you get for being there. There's a payoff that happens for them and for you. And so I'm not at all blaming you. Please don't mistake what I'm saying, because there's a lot of people out there that will think, well, she's shaming me and saying that it's my fault for choosing this type of person. It's not. It's in our makeup. It's something that we just need to look at and say, hey, what is it that makes me attracted to them? What behavior is it that makes me feel like that's what I deserve? Because you know what? You allowed that behavior. You allowed them to treat you like that. They're pieces of crap. And they're treating you like that because you're allowing it. You let them. You let them do it. And you know what? A lot of times it's because it's too dang painful to accept the opposite. By opposite, I mean the cognitive dissonance kicks in and we don't want to look at the truth. It's like looking at the narcissist really never loved me. Ouch. Who wants to believe that? Somebody that was painted themselves to be your perfect partner and the one that you were going to be with forever. In my case, it was a platonic friend of mine. I had been around and known him and known of him and hung out and spent lots of time together for over 20 years before we decided to take it to the next level. And I never knew he was a narcissist. I knew he had some issues, but I never thought that it was anything that I could that I could deal with. I mean, I didn't ever look at it and say, oh, I can change him. All he needs is some good love. I never thought I could change him. I just thought that I could love him through it. And a lot of us think that. A lot of us think, well, if I give everything and I give the right, I've got to get good back. Because what you give, you get back, typically. Except for to a narcissist. So just remember, what is it that you're giving your time to? Don't cast your pearls before swine. I'm not trying to quote all the Bible technology here, but I'm just saying, don't consider the source. Consider who it is that you're dealing with. Well, we're at about 12 minutes in now. I don't want to be making this video super duper long. What else do I have written down here on my notes? Acting on the thoughts of revenge will really only get you in trouble. Not only will it slow your healing, but I mean, like I said, if they can turn things around and make you look like you're the crazy one and it's illegal, whatever you're doing, or they can make it look illegal, they're gonna. They are good at winning. They cannot lose and will not lose. It's death to them. So just so you remember that, it's a good thing to think about. Or remember, because I know mine definitely wouldn't lose. There's no way. Just shift your focus. Shift your focus back onto yourself. Let's figure out what it is that made you choose these people in the first place. What was it from your childhood? With them, it was something in their childhood. And with us, it's something within our childhood. We didn't get a need met somewhere. So really dig down deep and figure it out. Because if you don't, you're going to choose another one. And that's what finally made me decide. That's it. I'm never doing this again. Well, first of all, I was dazed and confused that there were even people like this out there, even though I had run into many before in my past. I never really considered that they were actually the same as murderers. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you say, oh, it's narcissist, they're basically the same as a psychopath. It's like, that's not right. There's no way I've been dating somebody that's a psychopath. Yeah, you have. Essentially, you have. They don't have the empathy. They lack the regular human emotions that a normal person has. They have the reptile brain. Whatever it is that you want to deem it as or believe, that's what it is. Believe me, all of those revenge thoughts are normal. I'm just trying to, I'm begging you, just don't act on them. Have the revenge thoughts. Think about how great it would be. Mine has diabetes, so I thought it would always be kind of funny to send a blind kit to him or something. I mean, I've thought of a lot of really crazy stuff. Send him Depends. I don't know. Just have it be from random, like a case of them. He hates the thought of growing old. So I just thought it would be kind of funny. Anyway, just don't act on it. Because the more that you don't act on it, the better the revenge is. Because actually that is revenge all in and of itself. They don't like the fact that we can go on. They think you're never going to get over them. But we got news for them. We're moving on up. right? All right. Peace and love. Be well.